Right. Right. Paper number 2. Hang on in. Right. Okay. Paper number 2. Make recording on the line session here. Right. I'll start from now. Primary book action and partnership and cash flow statement. Cash flow statement now there was a small error. The dividend should be like 30,000. No? And ratios now you can calculate it. No, I'm not going to do it. Manufacturing and non-profit organization, right? So look at question number 3, part A, primary book question, right? Because here question has to prepare my payment journal. So first of all, I'll prepare payment journal, question number 3, part A. So you have to draw all the formats, all format, right? I think there are dates actually. Payment journal, date, description, discounts received, amount column, and 5 analysis column including VAT, purchase, creditor payment, expenses, other payments, and VAT. But then you can get an idea about the flow. Right? Flow එක හදන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. ඒ මාත් එක හදපුවම because ඔයාලට time එකෙන් balance වෙන්නේ නැති එකයි. Payment journal. Clear? Payment journal. And date, description, discount received, amount, analysis, purchase, creditor payment, other expenses, other payments, and VAT. And also question has to prepare sales journal. So I'll draw here sales journal, right? Date, customer name, amount column, VAT column, right? Total column. Total column. Right. And question has to prepare for ledger accounts, cash account. Right. Cash account, VAT account, right? And data account, cash, VAT, debtor and creditor. Right? එකපාරින් කියලා එකපාරින් හදන්න තෝරන action. හරිද? Creditor. Okay ද? Right? So this is flow of doing the question. First of all, I read the question. එකපාරයි කියවන්නේ එකපාරින් හදන්නත් ඕනේ. These are the steps. if there's some prime entry book, if you can identify prime entry book, right? If you can identify prime entry book, direct record it, right? Right, payments or any credit sales you can record, but if not, create the double entry. Create the double entry and don't skip it and record in ledger accounts. Prime entry book එක නැත්තම් skip කරලා යන්න එපා. ඒකමම create the double entry and record in ledger accounts. Understand? That's the process. Clear? Right, I'll start from the beginning. Following balances, right? These are balances නෙමෙයි. Cash balance 300. මම දැන් ලියන්න time දෙන්නේ නැත්තම් මොකද discuss කරන්න බැරි වෙනවා අපිට ඔක්කොම. Trade data account 400. Record the balances. Creditor 350. VAT credit balance 150. Right. First of all, record the opening balances. Right. Now read the question and try to complete. Right. ඔක්කොම එකවර හදලා ඉවර කරන්න ඕන. Right. Next one. Now read. Following transactions occur during credit sales related. Right. Date, customer, sales before VAT, and date. Right. This is like credit sales. So then here 600 and 800 means credit sales or cash sales. Credit sales. What is a prime entry book? Sales journal. Recorded them. But without VAT, 600. Here, there's don't worry with the dates. Amal 800. So calculate the VAT. I think VAT presentation 8%. So calculate the VAT amount from here. 600 into 8%. 48. 800 into 8%. 64. So total will be 648. 864. Right. Read and record. If there's prime entry book, direct record it. Right. Prime entry book done. Right. Okay. The next item, return in word before VAT. What is the prime entry book of return in word? Return in word journal. But here no need to prepare what? Return in word journal. So what we have to do? Should we skip it? No. You have to create the double entry. Or double entry hadala and recording ledger accounts. Right. So double entry hadani total. So return in words plus VAT equals total. Okay, the equals total. So here the question says then here you have to create the double entry for the total, not individual amounts. In the journal separate you have to record. Like 160. Calculate the VAT amount 8%. Take speed කරන් යනවා මේ නැත්නම් අපිට දැන් වල කරන්න දීලා දී. දැන් බලා ගන්න ඕන ආපහු බලන්න recording. Total will be 172.8. Now, what's the double entry? From sales value means return value, sales income decrease, right? Decrease debit. Sales VAT liability return VAT liability decrease debit. Debtor receivable balance now decrease, debtor asset decrease credit. Therefore, what's the double entry? Return inward debit 160, VAT amount debit 12.8, debtor credit 172.8. This is the double entry. Clear? Right? But but here should we prepare only 4 accounts? Should we prepare return inward account? No need to prepare it. Clear? No need to prepare it. Clear? VAT account? Yes. VAT account එක හදන්න දෙනවනේ මෙතන ආමේ VAT debit. එහෙම දානවා. Clear? VAT debit 12.8. But right, debtor account? Yes. Debtor credit, but the credit entry separately credited. There are 2 debit entries. In the separately credit කරන්න ඕනේ. This is the credit entry. Like එකපාරක් කියව දැම්ම. ඉතින් දැනන් ඉන්න ඕන. දවල් එන්ටි හදන්න. හරි. Right. Okay, the finish. Now return inward, right? Huh. Next one, received amount and discounts allowed. There are two. What is what is the prime entry book of received amount and discounts allowed both? Receipt journal, right? Is it a receipt journal? No. Then what's the next step? Create the double entry for both, right? Cash receipts. What's the double entry? Cash debit. How was the received amount total? 380 plus 280. 660. Debtor credit 660. Right? Discounts allowed double entry. Discounts allowed debit. How was the total? Total එක තමයි double entry හදන්නේ. Discounts allowed debit. Debtor credit. මේ විදිහට කොහෙන් හරි ලියා ගන්න. But should we prepare debtor discounts allowed? No, only debtor. මේ debtor credit කරා. Debtor receives cash account years. Debtor account years. දෙකටම දානවා. Okay. එකපාරින් කියලා එකපාරින් හදනවා. There's another column, impairment losses. What is the prime entry book of impairment loss? General journal. Here no need to prepare. Then what's the next step? Create the double entry and recording ledger accounts. Impairment losses. Debit 50. Debtor credit. Impairment loss means now a bad debt. Credit 50. Impairment loss no need to record, only debtor account. Shh, wait a minute. Right. Okay. Hurry. Now finished. Now data related transactions. Okay. Create the double entry for the totals, not for the individual amounts. Right. How the right. I'm erase කරන ගොඩක් මට ලියන්න දෙන්න බෑ time එක. Yes, discussion. Right. Next one. What ටක් ගාලා ලියා ගන්න. Right. Next one. Read the next one. Again, credit purchase. One and one. Purchase before VAT. What is the prime entry book? Credit purchase. Purchase journal. Should we prepare here? No need to prepare. Then create the double entry. I mean, purchase journal. Purchase plus VAT equals total. How was the purchase total? 1,100. Calculate the 8%. 80 1,188. From this one, my purchase expense increase debit. This is my VAT asset debit. This is the total. That is a payable balance. Creditor balance increased by credit. Purchase debit 1,100. VAT debit 88. Creditor credit 1,188. This is the double entry for the credit purchase. Therefore, my purchase account should be prepared here. No. VAT account, yes. VAT එක හදන්න ඕන. දාන්න බලන්න. Here 88 creditor. Creditor. Clear? But credit account also prepare. But there are two debit entries. ඒතකොට වෙන වෙනම දාන්න ඕනේ. This is a credit entry, but separately record it. Okay, then. Next item, return outward. The return outward also, there's no return outward journal. Prepare the return outward double entry. Right? How much? 150. Calculate 8%. 12. 162. Then opposite is purchase expense increase. Here purchase expense decrease. Credit. What does it increase? What does it decrease when return? Credit. Payable balance increase. Here payable balance decrease. Debit. So double entry. Creditor debit 162. VAT credit 12. Return outward credit 150. This one. But no need to prepare return outward account. Record VAT credit. Creditor debit. Creditor account also you have to prepare, but debited it separately. 12 and 150 debit creditor. Like this, you have to record. Double entry clear. Interest. Soon chat. Chat karan bhai. Right, now you can check it. Right, okay, then. Right. So next one, after return outward, next one, paid amount and discount received. What is the prime entry of discount received and cash payments? Creditor payment and discount received. What is the prime entry book? Payment journal. Therefore, individual values you have to record. When January 20th, January 23rd. One. No. What's the discount received? 20 and 30. Paid amount 180, 270. Make separate. Double entry record. You have to prepare for a total, sir. Okay. Right, now that last second table also finished now. Right. Making balance. Right. Everyone finished? Is converted. Right. Next one, other cash receipts and other cash payments. What's the first one? January 2nd, cash sales without VAT. What is the prime end book? Cash sales. Receipt journal. What's the double entry? You have to create. You have to create the double entry. Me January cash sales. But here sales plus VAT, and you have to take the totals. Cash sales 300. Calculate the VAT amount. 8%. 24. No. Yeah, 24. Therefore, total how much? 324. Therefore, total will be received down cash. Dekama tamai how many cash received? 3224. Sales credit without VAT. VAT liability credit 24. This is a double entry of January 2nd. Cash accounts, yes. Sales accounts, no. VAT account, yes. But my debit entry, this debit entry you have to separately debit it. This is sales. This is VAT. No, debit entry. Credit entry, VAT account credit 24. Oh, is it random? Like a theory that I'm in. No. Then make a free first two papers. I won't write the recordings. Right. Next one. Number 2. Cash purchase without VAT. What is the prime end book of cash purchase? Payment journal. Have me record it. January 5th. Cash purchase, but here questions given VAT without amount. So calculate the VAT amount 8%. Analyze it separately. 12. So you have to record here total 162. Next one, operating expenses payments. That one also payment journal. Operating. How much? 80. Expenses. Prime end book. Next one, dividend incomes received. What's the prime end book receipt journal? No. Therefore, double entry. Cash debit 100. Dividend income credit 100. No need to prepare dividend, only cash. Last one, paid VAT. Paid VAT my prime end book payment journal record it. What is the analysis column of paid VAT? Paid VAT column other payments, not VAT column. This is purchase VAT record. Here liability settlement, therefore other payments right? That's all. Right, now finished. Now ledger account tab බාගට හැදුවා. Right, then skip කරලා ආවේ නැහැ අපි එකක්වත් එකපාරයි කීවේ ගන්න. Clear? Now you have to take totals. මේ හැම එකම totals ගන්න. Here 50. Clear? 1512. I think then how to record it to the ledger accounts now. Ledger accounts will go done. How to record it? Ledger accounts me column by column. Make gun hitan double entry. What's a double entry? No need write down. Can examine the lian on a double entry or then not liagan. Other make discounts allowed received what? Creditor related creditor debit 50. Discount received credit 50. No need to prepare discount receipt, only debitor to credit account. Clear? This one purchase, double in hidanna, purchase debit 150, cash credit 150. Only cash, no need purchase. Yeah. Credit payment. What's the prime entry book? Double entry, I'll write down here. Cash credit, creditor debit. Creditor debit 450. Cash credit 450. Yes. Both ledger accounts you have to record. Understand? Here expenses. Number 4. What is the double entry of other expense? Operating expense. Operating expenses debit 80. Cash credit 80. No need operating, only cash. Other VAT. VAT payment anything. What's the double entry of VAT payment? VAT debit, cash credit 100. Both record it. That one also VAT lamai. ඒකත් අර double entry තමයි එන්නේ. VAT debit 12, cash credit 12. Both. එතන වෙන වෙනම පෙන්වන්න ඕනේ. එතන එකට දාන්න එපා don't record. Don't record total, separately record it. Clear? Right. Sales journal total double entry. මම ඉරිස් කරනවා එතන. Sales journal double entry ළමයි මේ this total will be, I'll record number 7. Right. This is the sales. This is the total receivable balance. Debtor debit 1512. This is a sales income. Sales credit. VAT without amount 1400. So VAT amount, sales VAT will be liability, VAT credit. Right. Here data account you have to prepare, sales account no need. VAT also prepare. Me debit entry separately debited. Data sales 1400 and VAT 112. Me this is a debit entry. Debit entry. Sales no VAT. Here credit data. Yes. Now finish. Okay, you can balance. You can get the balance. Okay, any question? Very basic company prime and book action, no? Basic ya dunne area first paper. But I'll give you model questions. Palani paper te lazy kala dunne. Method may very lazy good. Right. Okay, the finish. Right. Let's do now. What partnership question? No? Okay then. Right. හැමෝම හරිද? Right. I will erase Nova. Right. Now partnership question look at. What are the profit shares? Can you tell me what are the profit shares? What are the profit shares? Right. Look at the partnership question. Question number 3, part B. Right. Amit, Malit, and Samit are in a partnership. Right. Our accounting period lamai 31st March. No? Right. Therefore, starting from 23 April 1st, ended 31st March. There are Amit, Samit, Amit, Malit, and Samit. Right, 3 partners. But look at Lamai row number 6. Row number 6 is Amit has retired from the partnership 31st March. So Amit Lamai retired. Clear? Amit retired from the business 31st March. End of the year. So should we provide 3 benefits to Amit? All partners then no. For all partners should we provide 3 benefits? Huh? Yes, because Amit Lamai worked during the period. He stayed during the period, right? Worked. So we have to provide both, right? All this salary, right? Capital interest, and also profit shares, right? All the 3 benefits now I provide for the retired partner. Understand the right? So now read the question. Beginning of the question says profit ratio 3 to 1, monthly salary 10,000, 12 and 8 multiplied by 12, huh? And capital 10% interest on closing balance, right? Closing balance you have to calculate capital interest, right? Then balances are given 23 April 1st are opening balances. So I think here question is given drafted profit. So you have to prepare a statement of adjusted profit and appropriation and current and capital. Clear? Right. So therefore now I no need to pivot 2 columns. So I'll write down statement of adjusted profit. Statement of adjusted profit. And appropriation also I'll prepare here, right? එකටම attach කරලා හදන්නේ. Appropriation to deduct 3 benefits. Right, me drafted profit plus minus adjusted profit. Adjusted profit. Clear? Then here plus minus and you can calculate 3 benefits. This is appropriation, no? Question answer number 2. Right. Then current account and capital account. right? This is the current account. Right, this is the capital account. Right, right. Finish. So for the partners Amit, Malit and Samit. Clear? Right. Right. So first of all, record the opening balances. Current account opening balances lamai 150, 100, 200. Right, 1000, 1500, 2000. Right, 2000. Clear? Okay. Right, now you have to start from the adjustment number 1 and you have to write down the double entries. Huh? Right, right. Look at the row number 1. Row number 1. Interest has not adjusted for the loan provided by Malik. Look at the loan of Malik. Loan of Malik lamai 1 million, sorry, 1000. Therefore, what's the interest rate for loans? What is the interest rate for loan? Interest has not adjusted for loan provided by Malik. Then here lamai partner's loan. In the agreement, they haven't given percentage. If the percentage not given in the agreement, where we have to refer? What's the percentage? Agreement එක දීලා නැහැ. එහෙනම් refer කරන්න ඕනේ මොකක්ද? Section 24, 5% annual, right? නේද? 5% annually. 5% percentage take from the sections 24, but loan given lamai October 1st, 23 October 1st. So 24, 31st March වෙනකන් බලන්න ඕනේ. 31st March. So how many months? 6 months. You have to calculate 6 months interest. Therefore, interest how much? Oh no, interest rate provided, right? Interest rate given in the agreement. Sorry. Interest given, sorry, don't refer sections 24. Here says, our balance is 10%, 10%. So 10%, 100, half 50. Therefore, this should be my payable to partner. Did you remember short-term payables? Right, short-term payables credited to current account. Clear? Short-term receivable debited to current account. Clear? Therefore, what's the double entry? Interest expense debit 50. Clear? But make payable to partner. Payable to Malik. Credit 50. Payable to Malik. Understand? Payable to Malik. Make this is short term payable or long term. Short term, therefore credited to which accounts? Current account. Current account, but this is interest. interest na දාගන්න P&L කියලා. Income expense P&L during my short method. P&L if P&L debit, it should be minus from the profit. P&L credit means plus. P&L debit means minus from the profit, like expense. P&L credit debit කියලා plus minus කරන්න. Credit means add plus. No, debit me minus. How much? 50,000 on the debit entry. Credit entry here, interest payable. Who's the partner? Smalit. Okay, they correct. Right, finished. Right, second adjustments. All partners obtain 6 months salary in cash. It has been included in salary expense. Then normally you have to deduct the salary from the profit and it should be payable, right? It's payable to partners. So payable to partners, you have to credit it. So end of the correction, you can record it. Right? Right. Antimate කරන්න. But correction says 6 months salary paid in advance. Sorry, paid in advance, paid in cash. Payable one paid. Right? Then what is the correct double entry of paid amount? Okay. Payable balance decreased lamai. Payable to partners decrease. Debit, cash, credit. Clear? But it has been debited to which accounts? Salary expense accounts. Salary expense කියලා තමයි අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. Right? Cash account credit. So can you calculate 6 months paid salary for all partners? තුන් දෙනාට කොච්චරක් pay කරලා දෙනවද බලන්න. මේක risk කරන්නද? Okay ද? Right. Right. Therefore, calculate the salaries, paid salaries, 6 months salaries. The first partner lamai 10,000 for 6 months 60. Right? Amit, Malit 12,000 into 6. Samit, look at the agreement, 8,000 into 6. 72. 48. What's the total? 180. 180. Therefore, this is the correct double entry. 180 debit, cash credit 180, but debited to salary expense account. Cash account actually correct. Incorrect account debit trend instead of current. Then this should be debited to payable. Current account current debit. What's the correction entry? No, there's no issues with cash. All right. Right. Okay. What's the correction entry? Debit entry incorrect actually. Salary debited, it should be credit again. Salary king incorrect. Salary credit 180. You can debited to which account? Current account. Current account debit 180. Understand? Current account. This is correction entry, but salary means expense. Please put P&L word. P&L credit number added to the profit. Expense decrease, profit increase. 180. Right now they just drafted profit. Drafted profit was 1,815 in 1,000. Incorrect profit. salary credit, current account debit, but here record separately paid salary. How much me? 60, 72, 48. Okay, the finish. Okay, the finish. Right. Okay, ne? Right. Alessa. Right. Next one. Adjustment number 3. Amit has stayed in a business, a building of a building of a business. Amit stayed in a building of business. So building provided by the business. So Amit has to pay building. So building rent will be income or expense for the business. Rent will be income, right? Income, but it has provided to the partner, one of the partners, right? So 10,000 mantra, but not any entry has been. Then therefore, this is from a received or not received. The monthly 10, annually how much? 120. Clear the 120. Therefore, that amount receivable, receivable from partners debit, but in rent income credit. Rent income credit. Rent income credit. But receivable from partners means short term receivables or long term. Short term. Receivables number than partner getting current account debit. Clear the me? Rent. Amit 120. Rent income PNL credit profit ticket and plus. Yes. I think expense. The previous one expenses decrease. When expenses decrease, profit increase. Oh, don't worry that. Don't you know how to adjust profit? Error correction lesson. P&L P&L credit me. Don't try to understand like logically. I try me P&L but whether it is income or expense P&L if it is P&L credit added to the profit, P&L debit minus profit. The previous one salary credit means salary expense decrease, profit increase. Think expense you have to reverse from the salary expense, salary again credit. Okay. Salary debited previously. Hold කලින් එකේ salary debited කරලා නැති salary credit එක to reverse it. Okay, the right finish ne? Next one, number 4. Malit has provided 600,000 April 1st, October 1st, January 1st, right? Additional capital. What's the double entry? Cash debit 400, capital credit 400. Cash account no need record, only capital account. Okay. Always memorize the double link. Yeah? Double link linear then. Right, finish. Make it discount. Right, ne? Good time in the band and discuss current very well. Yeah? Coding. Right. Number 5, 1 million cost of and 700 accumulated depreciation machine sold to Amit. Right, 400. Disposal 1. Right, cost how much? 1 million. Accumulated depreciations 700. So, uh, net value how much? Net value will be 300, right? Which is sold for how much? Sold for 400 to Amit, right? To Amit. Clear? Therefore, this is the net value 300 sold for my excess value. Therefore, there's a gain or loss. There's a gain or loss. 300 තිබ්බ $400 තමයි sell කරන්න. 600. Sold for 600. It's 300 නේද? Here previous one 600 නේද? 600 here. 600. Right. Here solve how much the gain? 100 maybe 300 value of machine sold for 400 gain. This is lamai definitely what income ne? Income. So that is lamai profit should be adjusted. Clear? Me disposal gain. That is not recorded. Added to the profit. But lamai now from Amit, actual receivable amount how much? Actually receivable amount from Amit will be 400. So what's the double entry? Receivable from Amit. Receivable from Amit. Debit 400. Then this is the make up this is all the things you have to record in disposal account. ඔය හම්බෙන සල්ලි ටික අපි disposal account එකට තමයි දාගන්න. මේ disposal account credit 400. ඔතම end on, yeah. Okay. Disposal account true, you have to identify the received amount and gain. Right, therefore no need here me record only the debit entry. Receivables debited to which accounts? Current account. Short term විකුණන සල්ලි හම්බෙනවා. එතන received කියලා නැහැ නේ. But not yet received cash flows කියලා receivable. Therefore it should be receivable. Machine receivable. Right, not received in cash. Right, now finish. Within 20 minutes හදන්න තමයි එන්නේ partnership questions. SOFP ගහලා එහෙම එන්නේ. Right, okay the okay ne? Right, last one. Amit has retired from the partnership, goodwill 600 and adjusted through the capital, and other partners agreed to share the profit 2-1. Now that's a new ratio, and loan total equity of Amit transferred to the loan account. Right, you have to get the loan balance. So adjust the goodwill amount, new ratio debit. Right, new ratio debit. Right, 600 was the new ratio. 2 is 1 divided by 3, mean 213. Amit nahi, Amit retired nahi. Therefore 400 and 200. Goodwill all ratio credit. 600. What's the old ratio? Look at the old ratio. 2, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 5, 6 divided by 6. 300, 200, 100. Right, easy. Huh? Now finish. Huh? Now end of the questions you have to do. You have to identify the loan amount. Right. So get the adjusted amount. Please get the adjusted value. 400 minus 50. Tell me the adjusted profit. Tell me the adjusted profit. No. Disposal. I can no capital account then. We can receivables amount debited to current account. Other things make depreciations, accumulated depreciation, first deducted from assets. Capital and short-term receivable current account. You can theory වල අවුලක් තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාලා ඉගෙනගෙන theory එකේ අවුලක් තමයි ඉන්නේ. ඔය කටපාඩම් කරාම හදන්න අමාරුයි. අලුත් ගානක්. ඒක ප්‍රශ්න. 2165. Yes sir. Adjusted one. Yes sir. This is correct. Adjusted balance. No. 2165. කැල්ලකින් ගහලා බලන්න. Right. Now you have to calculate lamai salary, right? Me salary, capital interest, and profit shares. Clear the profit shares. Profit shares. Okay. හරිද? කැල්ලකින් ගහන්නේ වරද්ද ගන්න එපා ඉතින්. Calculate the salary. Amit, Malit and Samit. For Amit 10,000 into 12 120. 12,000 into 12 144. 8,000 into 12 96. 360. Make deducted from profit and payable. But here paid make these are the payables. Give on the 96. Then calculate capital interest. Capital interest Amit, Samit, Amit, Malit and Samit. Clear? Then capital interest calculate opening balance or closing balance. Closing balances, right? Closing balances சொல்றேன் கண்டிக்கல. Right, closing balances. But now so you can't take the balances here because now you have to do the retirement adjustment. So just calculate and tell me Amit, Malit and Samit adjusted balances. Closing balance here credit 1000 and plus 300. Here no balance how much 1300. Here credit 1500, 600, 200. Here debit means minus me. කොහොම ගන්න බැලන්ස් කරන්නේ මොකද you have to do the retirement adjustment huh? Is it 1900 here 2100 debit minus that one also 1900 in 10% how much 130 190 190 this is correct 130 190 190 okay ah එහෙම දාවේ බලන්න that is 510 right right get the profit shares Amit Malit and Samit 3-1 ratio එකට තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ 3-1 ratio what's the remaining profit 200 1295 that one ratio 3-1 means 6 divided by 6 647.5 මේක පොඩි ඩෙසිමල් ගානක් කියන round off කරලා ගන්න 431.7 215.8 අර ගොඩක් ඩෙසිමල්ස් ඒව round off කරලා ගන්න කොහොමද ආවේ බලන්න it is correct clear okay round off කරන්න නැතුව කොහොමද ගත්තේ ඉතින් ඉතින් ගොඩක් එනවා ඩෙසිමල්ස් මේ ගානක් තියෙනවා හරි ඉතින් මේ ළඟින් එන එකක් තිබුණා හරිය එතන පොඩි ඉෂුවක් එකක් තියෙනවා මොකක් හරි A level paper එකේ round off කියන්නේ ඩෙසිමල්ස් එන්නේ නැති වෙන්න දෙයියෝ right so okay marks will be allocated right ඒක අර profit එකට මෙතන interest if it is 5% there won't be decimals එතන 5% කියලා දාන්න තියෙනවා right okay the now retirement then who's retired from the business Amit නේද A so you have to close the Amit current account balance you have to close and transfer to the capital account මෙතන මාරු කරන්න අමිත්ගේ මේක ගේන්න ඕනේ මෙතන current account of Amit right okay the correct Right. Okay then. Get the totals. Thousand 47.5. Right. Don't balance carry it down. So balance should be transferred to the capital account because you have to close minus 60. 467.5. Closing balance 1,767.5. That is the amount you have to transfer to the loan balance. Right. Okay. The right. Okay. The finish. හරිද? එතන capital account balance එක decimal එන්නේ අතන 5% කියලා ගත්තා. Loan amount 10%. Right. Okay. Right. Tell me finish. හරිද කියන්න හරිද finish. Any correction? Right. Now cash flow statement ළමයි. Right. Cash flow statement. Cash flow statement. There's small issue. I told මම දැම්ම group එකට dividend payment should be 130. Yeah. Sorry, 130. It should be 30,000, not 130. එකක් එක වැඩි. Right. How did you do this one? Direct method or indirect method? But it have mentioned ඒක දෙන්නේ නැහැ. දුන්නේ නැත්නම් කොහොමද අපි decide කරන්නේ? direct method or indirect method? You can do my indirect methods because you can identify profit before tax through the income statement. Understand? So you can do it through the indirect method, right? Indirect method, right? Draw the format. Cash flow statement. Operating activities, and here you have to take profit before tax and keep to adjust other adjustments, and here changes in working capital, right? Let's say paid tax and paid interest. Clear? Then you can take, right? Right? Invest in activities and financing activities, right? So what are the steps to do indirect method? First of all, Lama, you have to identify profit before tax and you have to reverse non-cash flow items. Non-cash flow items you have to add back and reverse it. Then second step, if there's now a deducted interest expense are already deducted, to reverse it, again add back to add and record the deduct the paid interest, right? Interest expense means accrued, paid, both, right? Therefore again add back to reverse it and calculate the paid interest, and you have to deduct it, right? Paid then next steps, if there are investment like incomes, investment activities related incomes, if there's normally added, to reverse it again minus කරලා recorded under investment activities. Clear? Recorded under investment activities then, right? If there's added things profit before tax එක ඇතුළේ දිනනවා ඒක අයින් කරලා මොකද කරන්නේ investment activities වලට දාන්න. Then changes in working capitals, this is a short method, but current assets, if current assets increase lamai minus it, if current asset decrease add back, current liabilities increase na same plus decrease na minus same side, same side මොනවද එකම පැත්තට තමයි යන්නේ. Right, first of all write down this one. හරිද? This is indirect method. Indirect method. Right, finish. Then first of all, I try to follow these steps and you have to do the adjustments. Then finally, right after finally, I try to do try to record consider SOFP items and do the identify other activities, right? Other cash flows, right? TB කින් බලබල ඔයා කියන්නේ SOF එක බලබල ඒ items බලබල ඔයා හැම එකම හිතන්න ඕන cash increase or cash decrease. Right. Okay, the finish. Right. Now, first of all, tell me how much was the profit before tax? How was the profit before tax? තියෙනවද බලන්න ඕකේ තියෙනවනේ profit before tax 170. Record deal 170,000. Clear? Right. Then what's the next step? First step what? Reverse the non-cash flow items. Read the question and identify are there any non-cash flows, disposal gains, depreciations. අන්න එහෙම තියෙනවද බලන්න. Can you identify depreciations, non-cash flow items, disposal gains? Right. Tell me, what are the non-cash flow items? බලන්න එකක් කියන්න බලන්න. Depreciations තියෙනවානේ බලන්න. Look at the income statement. Depreciations, building and office equipment total how much? 25,000. Then depreciations තමයි deducted නේ. To reverse it, what we have to do again? Add back. නේ. Depreciations ළමයි add back. Add back the depreciation. $25,000. Okay, the 25,000. Are there any disposal? Look at office equipment disposal profit කියලා දෙනවනේ. The disposal gain also take the depreciation. Tick at the question. Disposal gain ළමයි 8,000 which is plus නේ ළමයි. To reverse it again deducted. Income statement look at office equipment disposal gain. Again add back to reverse it again minus 8,000. Okay, though. Clear? Oh, now I think there's no any other non-cash flow items. Selling equipment or the right. The first one also okay. Now look at the interest expense. Is there interest expense? Now look at the row number 2. Row number 2, loan interest expense included in the other expense 3,000. Therefore, interest expense how much? 3,000, which is already deducted. 3,000 other expense. To reverse it, what we have to do? Again, add back. With an add current one, interest expense. 3,000. But what we have to do? Then you have to identify paid interest. You have to identify paid interest. Clear? Paid interest එක හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. How to calculate it? You have to prepare ළමයි. I think look at are there any prepaid accrued interest තියෙනවා බලන්න TB ගේ trial balance එකේ. Current liabilities තියෙනවනේ. Accrued interest මේ prepare the accrued interest account and tick the values. Accrued interest 24 opening balance 1500. Right, closing balance closing balance 500 me. But my paid amount comes from debit side. Cash credit here debit නේ. එතකොට expense එක වෙන්න ඕනේ මෙන්න මේ පැත්තෙන් තමයි එන්නේ expense එක. Right, the expense how much? 3000. Therefore paid amount may tick the DB balances may trial balance may SOFP items, right? 4500 4500 and reverse and identify here how much the balance paid amount, which is 4000 right? But paid again 4000 බලන්න. ටික් එකක් දාන්න දැන් SOFP current interest payable වල ටික් එකක් දාන්න. මේ paid interest 4000. Okay then. හරි නේද? Right. Now third step මේ steps වලට යන්න ඕනේ. පාඩම් කරගෙන හදන්න නැත්නම් මේක අමාරු හිතා ගන්න බෑ කොහෙන්ද හදන්න. Look at investment incomes තියෙන බලන්න like investment incomes. Look at the income statement. දෙනවනේ 10,000 මේ 10,000 ළමයි already added to the profit before tax. So that is ළමයි recorded under investment activities. So again ළමයි deducted it to reverse it මේ investment income අයින් කරන්න මෙතන. How much that is? 10,000 minus and record it ළමයි under investing activity. So but you have to record ළමයි received amount. මේකේ received එක තමයි බලන්න ඕනේ. I have to record the received amount. Clear the received amount. Look at are there any receivers? Is there any receivers? Look at current assets වල බලන්න interest income receivers තියෙනවා බලන්න මොනවා හරි. Yes or no? Interest income receivers. Are there any interest income receivers? No නේද? No නේ. No, therefore you can assume if there's receivables you have to prepare a T account and identify received amount. So with this total amount definitely income received in cash. එහෙනම් මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? ඒකම සල්ලි වලින් හම්බෙලා කියලා දෙන්නේ කියන්නේ. receivable මොකුත් නැහැ. ඒතර income එකම හම්බෙච්ච එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් මෙතන දාන්න investment income. 10,000. Clear? Okay, ne? Right. Then last step, record working capital, current assets and current liabilities. Then is this the business right? Okay. Right. Look at the current assets first of all. Look at the current assets. Current assets ගාදී ටික් එකක් දාන්න. Current assets ළම inventory opening 10,000 closing 6,000. මේ inventory increase 6,000 plus or minus Invent current asset increase now minus. Next one, take the value of trade receivable. Trade receivable opening 20, closing 25. Increase. Me increase now minus. Increase now minus. Further, there's a cash balance you don't consider. That is closing one opening. Then look at the current liabilities. Take the value of inventory tick at the under, trade receivables tick at the under. Then current liabilities are trade payables. Look at trade payables. Opening 18 now. Trade payables decrease. Opening 18, closing 16, decrease by 2000. Current liability decrease now minus. Minus. Okay, the income tax and the interest payable considered, income tax loans considered, you can identify paid tax. Right, current liabilities, operating current liabilities, that's all. Right, up to here, look at finish. Now all the steps finished, right? Ticket done, ticket items. The next step what? Consider the SOP items and you have to think, is there any cash payments or cash receipts? Then SOP start from this first item. What's the first item? SOFP. Land. Land lamai not change. Land not change. Opening balance. Take a depreciation when closing balance also 120 not change. Take the land balance. Office equipment. Office equipment. Opening balance 110. Closing balance 43,000. And why decreased? Depreciations make it which is separate record. Why decrease? This is definitely sold lamai this one. But sold ke I think. Look at the sold cost of office equipment row number one. Additional information number one. Company received 35,000 by selling equipment during the period. That selling price lamai. Therefore, how much the cost of sold goods? Cost of goods how much? Sold. Make a cost sell karbi cost me cost. Patla received amount 35,000. Better is me minus in that 67. Actually, no need to record this one. No? Make a consider grand on never. Clear. They got the 67. I think the profit gain was 8,043. Oh, see nothing. Right? Record make with this is some cash me cost. This is what received amount. This is what investing activity. This is the investing activity received amount 35,000. Clear? Office equipment disposal 35,000. That is received amount. Cash inflow. Cash inflow. Right. Tick dana. Therefore, accumulated depreciations include depreciations and disposals. Right. Depreciation difference. Right. The building depreciations ළමයි it's opening 75, closing 19. I think during the depreciation now was 15. Right? Right. එතකොට depreciations accumulated depreciation එකේ depreciation තමයි තියෙන. office equipment එකේ මේ sell කරන එකෙත් එකක් තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඒකේ මුකුත් නැහැ ඒතකොට මේකට. Investment, investment line not change. Opening 124.5, closing also 124.5. Not change. Huh? Then okay, non-current assets, inventory okay, trade receivables okay, cash right. Stated capital. බලන්න tick එකක් වෙట్లా නැහැ නේද? Stated capital. Opening balance, stated capital. Opening balance 140, closing balance ළමයි 500. What's the difference? Why increase? Definitely share issues during the period. Share issues. What's the activity? Financial activity. Cash inflow. Share issues 360. Clear? Next one, return earnings. Return earnings opening balance 100, closing balance 200. Right? What are the transactions you have to identify? Profit after tax, profit for the period. How much? 130. Difference will be my paid dividend. Paid dividend mention 130. It should be 30,000. Correct value 30. Then equals therefore this is what profit dividend because of share issues. Share issues will unip and then shares will make it given. Therefore this one also financial activity. But cash outflow. Third, yeah, not 130, but I'll give you the marks if you have done. ඒක කලින් කරාන මම කියන්න කලින් ඊට marks දෙනවා. Right. ඔක්කොම ටික් කරන SOF items එකින් එක හිතාගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. Right. Okay, right. Next one, debentures. Right. Look at debentures. Debentures opening balance. Debentures means same as loans. Debenture opening balance 150. Closing balance 100. Why debentures balance decrease by 50? Why decrease? This is not cash paid for debentures, right? Again settle like bank loans. Debentures කියන එක දන්නවනේ ඒක bank loan වගේ ගන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ඒතර ඒකත් මොකද්ද? Right, financial activity. Cash outflow. Okay. Then bank loans. Opening balance 0. Closing balance 150. Why bank loan increase? Because of bank loan obtained 150. Financial activity, cash inflow. Right, that's all. ඔක්කොම ටික් වෙట్లా නේ තියෙන්නේ. Trade payables okay. බලන්න ටික් වෙච්ච නැති එකක් තියෙනවා තව. මොකද්ද? Current liabilities වල තියෙනවා. Current liabilities look at. There's unticked value. current liabilities. ඔක්කොම ටික් වෙටර ඕන. current liabilities වල තියෙන එකක්. What's the value? Tax. Income tax. Tax payable. ඒකෙන් මොකද හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්? You can get paid tax. Prepare a tax payable account. Pick the tax balances. Tax payable opening balance 0, closing balance how much? 10,000. Me balance carried down. Therefore expense lamai comes from paid amounts, cash credit, here debit. Expense comes from credit side. The expense එක තියෙනවනේ ඔයාලට look at the income statement, income tax expense how much? 40 නේ. Therefore pay total expense 40 but not yet paid 10. Therefore paid amount how much? 30. 30. That is recorded on here. Clear? Get the answer. Oh, this is I have written in 1000 na මම බින්දු ටික අයින්. That's all. $133 make this is plus නේ ළමයි. You have to write down net cash flows generated from plus එකක් ආව generated from කියලා තමයි ලියන්නේ. Generated from operating activities. Here 45 plus එකක් generated from. Here look at the answer. $430. Fine. Plus නේ. Then write down net cash flows generated from financial activity. Right. Get the changes in cash flows. These three. 605. 608. Changes in cash flows. Plus opening cash. Opening cash balance was how much? 65. හරිද හැදුවා? 61. This is 65. Closing the heap. $133 10:35. මේක මොකක් කරේ අපිට මිස් වුණාද? ඒක තමයි. ඒක අංක කරේ මිස් වුණා මට. කියන්න බෑ. ෆෝන් එකක් මිස් වුණානේ. මොකද්ද මිස් වුනේ? ටික් එකක් වැටින්නේ වැතුනේ නැති එකක් තිබ්බ මොකක් කරේ මොකද්ද? office equipment I didn't consider, right? කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? Which one? Office equipment investment. Building value නේද? Sorry. Building value I forgot to consider. ඉතින් ඒක කියන්න බෑ වෙලා. මේ මිස් වුණ පොඩක් කියන්න. land building land එකත building එක අපි ගත්තේ නෑනේ ඉතින්. building opening balance ඒ ටික් එකක් දාගෙන යනවනේ පිළිවෙලට මම අර පිළිවෙලට ගන්න. ඒතකොට මේ මොකක් හරි මිස් වුණ පොඩක් කියන්න. මට ටික් එක දාන්න විදිහක් නෑ මට. closing balance 210. Why building increases? Because of purchase. 110 නේ. Investing activity minus නේ. Yes. Minus building purchases. Purchase building. Minus now here I don't used in no net cash flows used in investing activity is investing activities, right? $498. $563, right? Equal in but paid dividend 30, yeah, not 130. Ratios lama you can check through the answer sheet. Huh? Right, okay though. Right, okay. Parnell. Right. Now, right now, right. Look at the question number 5. You can ratios. I'm not going to do. That is very easy. Make answer it. Part B. Question number 5. Question number 5 part B look at non-profit question na correct එක අතද non-profit I'll my company accounts I'm not going to do live session but I'll upload the recording sessions on Monday Monday තමයි එක දාන්නේ Monday දාන්න Monday or Tuesday morning clear right right look at the part question number 5 part B non-profit question right question part B question asked to prepare income statement of canteen and income statement of the society and member fee account right draw the format තුනම ගහගන්න එකවර එකපාරින් කියලා එකපාරින් හදන්න යන්න right income statement of the canteen right sales cost of sales your take right canteen ළමයි sales and calculate cost of sales opening stock purchases all the things ඉල තියාගන්න then gross profit other incomes other expenses clear then income statement of the class I'll take them only single column එකක් ගන්න දෙකක් income statement of the non-profit organized එකපාරින් කියලා හදන්න ඕනේ මේක right incomes and expenses right draw the format and member fee account දැන් ඔයාලා කරන්න ඕනේ after the sessions and we will give you the mark check marks ටික දෙනවා වගේ within Wednesday වගේ Wednesday Thursday වගේ වෙද්දි right then you have to check what are the incorrect questions and do it again right recording level ආයෙ කරන්න clear ඒතර නිකම්ම improve වෙනවා මේ papers දෙක තුනක් ඇද්දි වැඩි කරන්න member fee account right don't try to prepare income statement of the canteen and this one and separately this one then otherwise you have to read the three times of the question right you have to read three times තුන් පාරක් බලන්න බට වඩා බලන්නත් ඒක time waste clear right එකපාරයි කියවන්නේ එකපාරෙන් හදනවා තුනම. ඒතර තුනම හැදෙනවා එකවර. right හරි okay the finish. I'm not going to discuss accounting equation. You can refer through the accounting marking scheme. Marking scheme එක බලා ගන්න හදලා. ඒකේ තියෙන තේරෙන විදිහට මම දාලා දෙන්න. right right tell me finish. right okay the right read the question first one. B. XYZ welfare society which is providing English courses. 24 April 1st, opening balances, 25 means closing balances. Property, member fee receivables, stock of the canteen in advance, right? Trade creditors, billing funds, right? So when read the questions, lamai, then first one lamai property, plant and equipments ni ha. May record under workings. May daga property, plant and equipments. Opening balance 1,250. Closing balance 1,750. Write down like this. Right? Keep spaces. Right now. Then take the value property, plant and equipment. Take care of that. Next one, member fee receivers. Here, Nimi, record the opening receivers. Opening receivable 45,000. Closing receivable 25,000. 25,000. Record it. Tick the amount. Huh? Tick at the need. Closing balance comes from here. Credit carry down. Okay. Method pay na. This is receivable. Na? Receivable. Right. Next item. Stock of the canteen. Now opening stock, closing stock. May here cost of sales. Opening stock. How much? 65,000. Closing stock deducted. Closing stock how much? 40,000. Next one, member fee received in advance. May here opening balance in advance 30,000. Closing in advance balance 40,000. ඔය තැන් වල දාගන්න ඕන තැන් වල. ඊළඟ creditors. මේ creditor prepare credit account here. Workings වල ගහගන්න ඊගම. පස්සේ ගිහින් ඉන්න එපා. අතට දාන්න creditor. Opening balance 30,000. Closing balance 61,000. 61,000. Next one, building fund. If you want, write down building fund here. Working saladaga no building fund. If you want, you can prepare T account or opening closing balance. Opening balance 100. Closing balance 400. Now on recorded the opening closing balances in relevant areas and under workings. Okay, though. Okay, though. Hurry, can finish. Right now, first adjustment, small correction. Right. First adjustments. Then here am I from the member fee account. You can record the incomes from debit side, comes debit side. Right, cash received amount, cash debit here, credit. Clear? Right. Now, first one, there are 100 members of the society, annual member fee 2,500. The amount which is not received to settle the above receivable balance, the amount which is not received to settle the opening receivable balance has been written off during the year. Clear? Right, okay. Therefore, then here my member fee income you can easily calculate first of all. Right? How to calculate member fee income? How many members are there? 100 members. There are 100 members and multiply from how much member fee income per annually? 2,500. So how much the member fee income there? 2,500 into 100. 250 in 1,000, 250. What's the double entry? Member fee account debit 250. Right, member fee income credit 250. This is the one debit side, but credit entry am I recorded under what? Income state. Member fee income. Clear? Member fee income how much? 250. But don't try to identify here received amount because they are a right of value, right of current in the Kilima Gandhi by Balumikos. Right. Clear? Next one, number 2, 650,000 received during the period for built-in fund. Built-in fund cash received how much? 650. Clear? Can you tell me the double entry? Member fee, built-in fund received, donation received for built-in fund. What is the double entry? Cash debit 650 credited to which accounts? Built-in fund credit 650. Credit means added to the built-in fund. But let me look at the cash account debit side. One cash account debit path 650 and tick the value. Cash account debit side, look at and tick the cash account. Cash account debit path. But credit entry recorded to the built-in fund account here. Received 650. Clear? 650. Right, it was again. Out of which 350 used for the constructions of the building. It has been debited to the property plant and equipment account, but the constructions has not yet completed, right? Not completed. So when construct the building, what's the double entry? When construct the building, definitely building asset increases. Building debit. It should be debited to property, plant, and equipment. How much? How much that is? 350. So cash asset credit 350. This is the correct double entry. Look at the cash account, credit account, cash account, credit පැත්ත බලන්න 350 කියලා දිනවද බලන්න. Look at the cash account credit side. Can you recognize 350? Yes, Nick. Tick the cash account credit side. Tick the cash account credit side. What I know. Right? But my debit entry debited to what? Property, plant, and equipment. Me building. How much? 350. But what's the theory now? The building has not completed, so equal amount lamai, right? Equal amount, right? When using cashes during the period to construct the building, so equal amount lamai you have to transfer from accumulated fund. Building fund again, accumulated fund again, maru karanna ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි theory එක. Building fund එකකින් මේ building fund debit equal amount make minus and transfer to accumulated fund. It won't be income. Accumulated fund credit 350. It won't become not income. So donation income කියලා එහෙම ගන්න එපා. Clear? But here no need to prepare accumulated fund. එළිය ගන්න double එක මේක හදන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. Only record the building fund me to accumulated fund. The minus. Is it equals? Yes නෙමෙයි closing balance 100 නෙමෙයි. මුකුත් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ එතන. මේක නිකන් අපිට ඕන confirm කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? No need to do anything, right? Not donation income. Clear? Right, understand, finish. Okay then. Right, මට කියන්න ඉක්මනට. Right, okay, right, next one. Row number 3. The society has conducted 200 English courses during the period. 400,000 is lecturer charges for the course. During the period, paid 350. During the period, 350 paid. Therefore, during the period 350 paid means lamai definitely cash credit 350. 350, but expense will be how much? 400 mean lecturer fee. Therefore, accrued amount how much? Accrued amount will be 50. Therefore, accrued current liability. Look at the cash account credit side. Cash account credit side, there will be 350 balance. They are already recorded, but debit lamai. This is some expense recorded under expenses. Lecturer fee 400. Clear? Okay, the lecture income right? It was next one, cash accounts summary, right? Now ළමයි දැන් ටික් අපි සමහරව ටික් දැම්මම ටික් පැටිච්ච නැතිව කන්සිඩර් කරගෙන දාන දාන යන්න දින අනිත් පැත්ත. හරිද? right මේ I'll erase this thing. Right. Now look at the cash account debit side. Opening balance, member fee received. And what's the double entry of member fee received? Cash debit, how much? 270. And the member fee account credit. It credited to the member fee account. This is all recorded, credited to the member fee account here, 270. But question says written off value. So, මෙතනම balance කරලා දාන්නකො, identify the write off value 5. 335. Look at the difference that will be written off value, like bad debts. Ten, right? Not 10. So this is my expense definitely. Member fee write off. 10,000. Next cash item, donation 400. Donations my cash account debited, right? Which is recorded. That is my donation what? Income credit. Donation income record here. Just say debit side building fund or received amount cash debit building fund credit. Canteen sales cash debit 444, cash debit credited to what? Sales account. Sales account here. Credit side lecturer fees recorded. Tick care of them. Electricity I'm not going to try to double entries. Cash credit, electricity debit here. Next one, billing, cash credit, billing debited me recorded. Trade creditors on trade creditors lamai. What's the double entry? Cash credit, creditor debit. Me cash credit lamai recorded, but debit entry on debited to here. And from this account lamai, what you can identify? You can identify incomplete records. Huh? You can identify 231. What is that? Purchases. Me. This is the purchase. Eka aran dagan method purchase. Purchases. Clear? The next item, canteen expenses, cash credit, canteen expenses here. The flow again, no? Oh no. Here we're gonna wait, don't balance this one because there can be other transactions. There are, I think, discount received. Don't record this one. Canteen expense, purchase machine, cash credit, property plant and debit machines. But there's another additional information. Row number 5. Look at row number 5. Row number 5 says discount received when settling creditor balance. What's the double entry? Creditor debit 20, discount received credit 20. This is my debitor to me. අර ගත්තොත් එහෙම වැරදි එක. අරක වරදිනවා. credit 10 ළමයි this is creditors canteen creditors නේ. Here discount receipt. canteen එකට තමයි දාන්නේ. 20 direct record. Identify the purchase. $251. Right, that's all. Now you can balance. Yeah, expenses how much? 6,000. And one canteen ki profit. Cost of sales how much? $276. 168. $182. Canteen profit? Yes, canteen profit. 182. Yes, this profit lamai recorded as an income of club. මේකට ගන්න canteen profit. Get the surplus. surplus 408. Oh no. මේ අපි balance කරේ නෑනේ මෙතන තව එකක් තියෙනවා. Right. මේ there's difference. මෙතන complete all the workings. Huh? Right. There's another one you have to identify. Look at the workings complete the බලන්න. Right, this one okay. This one okay. But this one lamai me this depreciations also included in property. Depreciation එක ඉතර working එකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. What's the depreciations? $50. Depreciations තමයි 50. Depreciations also included in property. Huh? Is it 358? 358 then ba? Yes. අර production cost එකේ ළමයි පොඩි decimal ගානක් එනවා. It's okay. round off කරලා ගන්න එතන. ඔයාලට check කරලා දෙන්න ඊළඟ එක. Right. Okay the let me manufacturing comes one. You can refer through the answer sheet. I'm not going to calculate now. ඒක answer sheet එක මට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට මම දෙන්න with the explanations. Right, but ළමයි look at our payments for woods. Right, question number 4 part 5 part A payments for woods where we have record. Did you record it? කොහෙද දැන් මේක payments for woods. This is ළමයි like bricks manufacturing. අර උළු හදන එක. උළු bricks. කොහෙද දැන් payments for woods. Payments for woods ළමයි other production overheads. ඒක answer sheet එක බලා ගන්න. ඒක මම දෙන්න answer sheet එක තියෙන. මම දාන්නම් දැන්. Right, company account recordings ලා I'll upload. Right, are there any questions? Any question? Any question? Manufacturing එක discuss කරන්න ඕනද? බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් balance sheet. right මට කියන්නේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද? no කියන්න බෑ. this is difficult ඔක paper එක නෑනේ. මේ ලීසි company accounts එක මේකට අමාරු වෙන්නේ. දැන් management accounting එහෙමත් නෑ මේක. ඕකේද? right මට කියන්න කතා කරන්න ඕනේ සතුටුයි. හරිද මොකද තත්ත්වය? අමාරුද paper එක? රේෂියෝ සමහරවිට ඉතින් ඒක බලන්න පුළුවන් ආන් ෂීට් එකේ. ඉක්වේෂන් එක දාලා බලන්න තියෙන්නේ ඒකේ. ආන් ෂීට් එක මම දාන්න ඒක. දැන් රේෂියෝ එකක් ඩිස්කස් කරන්න. ඔන්ලයින් ඔෆ් වුණා. රේෂියෝ එකේ ඉතින් ඉක්වේෂන්ස් ටික දාලා හදන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඒකේ තියෙන අවුට්පුට්. උත් හදන්න දෙයක් නැහැ ඒ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම අමවුන්ට්ස් ටික දීලා දෙනවට රේෂියෝ එක දාලා ගන්න තියෙන්නේ. ආන් ෂීට් එක බලන්න ඒ වලන්න. Okay. Yeah, there was only one mistake. Dividend payment, it should be 30, right? Even them group. Ratios you can do. Right. Right. Okay. So next paper, I'll send the study plan. Right. So you have to study. Next paper will be MCQ paper. So which includes introduction to ratios. Lessons. Introduction to ratios. Right, ratios. So try to do past papers lamai 17, 18 and 19 past paper questions MCQs. Right, MCQ past paper questions 3 years. Right, only what introduction to ratios. Okay, or 50 magaran donate. Right, you have to do around 35 MCQs. 35 MCQs you have to do from introduction to ratios. Right, 35, 35, then 70s, and you have to do 3 years. There will be 105 MC questions. Right, first do it, then try to do the paper number 3. Right, paper number 3. So I'll issue the paper on Wednesday. Right, Wednesday or Thursday morning. Paper so paper will be uploaded to the website, so you have to download from it. Right, okay, right. Right, I'll send the answer sheets. So try to do other questions. Introduction, not accounting equations, ratios. We don't need to discuss. Definition. But I'll upload the company accounts discussion. Online take time. Discuss. Right, right, okay. Right. Yeah, you can leave now.